Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. And as most of you know, I just got my new house. I am right now in my bedroom. We have no furniture. And I want to talk about the renovation and like why I'm renovating because I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions about that. And so I did buy this house. This house was built in 1985 and it has been renovated since, but there is still a lot of things that are like very much not functional. And by that, I mean like actually not functional. Like the bathtub doesn't have a shower head. Like, were we not showering? Were we just like taking baths every day? You know what I mean? And hey, I'm okay with that. I just personally, I need a shower. So we are doing like a mini renovation in the restroom. And also like the countertops are just a little outdated. I think a lot of the renovations, we do have people working here now. So if you hear some stuff in the background, that's why. But yeah, the countertops were just like probably renovated like in the 2000s. And so we're not gonna keep a dark marble, a dark granite right now. And then in here, I'm pretty much keeping it the same. I don't want to spend a lot of money because there's going to be a much bigger renovation that happens in about 2 years. The city that I live in, it takes very, very long to get permits, and that's going to take at least a couple years. And then I will do like exactly everything that I want. I feel like right now what I'm doing is just trying to make my house livable and functional, at least as functional as it can be right now. So that's pretty much all I'm doing here in the kitchen. So that's where I went a little bit more. Like the renovation in the kitchen, I definitely did need to make it like at least have a certain aesthetic for filming. This is what I do. If this is your first time ever meeting me and ever watching me, I cook and I share all my low carb recipes. I'm cooking like a few times a week. I'm filming in there. So it needed to look up to date. Whereas the hardware was like very old school. The countertops were dark, just everything just looked dated. And so what I'm trying to do right now is just give it like more of a refreshed look without spending too much. So the kitchen is the one that is definitely gonna have like a much bigger change versus the rest of the house. And today I don't have my tumbler with me, but I do have this sparkling element, which is amazing. It's like a sparkling water. This is the watermelon salt, but it still has all the electrolytes that I get in the little packet. This is just like convenient. Like when I'm on the go or anything like that, if I'm going to the gym, just grab it. And I know that I'm gonna get all of the electrolytes, the hydration that my body needs for the day. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, which is the same, again, like from the packet, but it comes in a convenient can. I really, really like it. And like the sparkling taste of it, I'm like really, really big on it. So I feel like, you know what I mean? Knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone. No soda, but I get like my element with all the hydration that my body needs. So if you wanna try their 4 most popular flavors, you can get a sample pack with any purchase. You get 2 of each flavor. I'll leave that link in the description below, or you can type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. Either one of the links will work. So this is my bedroom. There are these stairs here that lead to this bedroom, and there was no door, like literally no door. And I'm like, okay, there's no door down there. This right here, if you can see it, is my restroom with no door. And then there's a toilet that's supposed to go there, which right now it's not in there because they're just making sure that the plumbing and everything is good, but there's no door. So I'm thinking, oh, if someone just happens to walk up and come through my room and just like peek in, I'm either on the toilet or in the shower. And I'm like, oh, okay. So no, I had to put a door in. So actually, as we speak, they are putting in a door, which is gonna make me feel a lot more comfortable. I feel like it's just gonna give me the privacy that I need. And so those are like the renovations that I'm doing. It's just literally making the house functional. Like I'm not even trying to like, you know, make it look like luxurious. I'm not even trying to do that right now. Like, let's just make sure I have all my windows open, my doors, make sure that I have a shower, like make sure that like all my faucets, you know what I mean? Like I'm really just trying to make the house functional. Outside, I had to make a few changes, and not so much changes, I just had to replace an entire staircase that led up to my daughter's room because there was like a lot of dry rot. And I'm like, okay, the last thing I need is for someone to fall. So replace the entire stairs. There was also some like sketchy stairs that go down into like what would be maybe the garden or something. And yeah, I already had 2 people fall while we were just working. So I'm like, okay, clearly there needs to be some type of safety. So I put a rail, like just a wooden rail for now, because again, I just need it to be functional. Yeah, we're not trying to make those renovations that I will be making in 2 years today. So I did that, and that was, I feel like, a little safer with that. I had to obviously tent the whole house to make sure there's no like pests and like termites and stuff like that. Then I am also doing, so my office, I'm actually going to convert my garage into like an office space, like an office/den. It's just something for us to work. When the team is here, we can work from there, we can edit. I feel like it's just gonna give us like privacy away from the house. So that's what I'm gonna be doing there. So again, it's just about functionality. And then lastly, another thing that I am trying to incorporate wherever I can is storage. There isn't a lot of storage in the house. So I'm thinking, instead of having them custom make me like a really big pantry, I'm just gonna order something maybe off of like Wayfair, maybe off Amazon. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I'm looking for something at least like 70 to 80 inches tall, and then more of like an appliance pantry is what I'm looking for. So if I can find something, then I'm gonna do that, because it's just gonna be less expensive. But if not, then I'm gonna have to custom make it. The only bad thing about anything that I custom make is that it's all gonna get scrapped out. But I did want to just come on here and let you know like why I'm actually doing the renovation versus just like moving in and being like, you know, happy with the way it was, which of course I'm so happy and I feel so blessed. But I did have to make some changes just to make everything much more functional, if that makes sense. I will kind of walk you through the progress until we actually do move in. I feel like it's already been total chaos, like even just trying to move out of the place that I'm in now. I've been there for 2.5 years, actually going on 3 years, and it's like we had been there for 10. There is so much stuff. It took us 3 days with a U-Haul truck, just trying to get stuff out of the garage. And I told my mom, like, Mom, we are not taking that stuff to the new house. Like, it is not happening. And she has a storage unit, so we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna put a lot of the things in there. And luckily, I do have a storage unit in the garage, and that's what is gonna be my actual garage, since I'm gonna be utilizing the garage as like an office space. But yeah, let me know if you want to see a little bit more of the whole process. I'm also going to be furnishing everything, and I'm not gonna get a designer at the moment. I'm just gonna try to do things like myself, just use like inspo from like Pinterest and Instagram and like TikTok and stuff, and do my best that way, because everything is going to get scrapped. So I don't want to, I mean, unless I find some pieces that I absolutely love and I'm like, oh my God, this has to stay, then I'm willing to invest the money into it. But I mean, like, I've looked at stuff and I'm like, how is a couch like $20,000? That's crazy to me. You know, I'm like, that's like as much as a car. You know, this is like obviously my first home. This is the first time that I'm going through all of this. So I'm just looking at things like, oh my God, I never ever imagined it being that expensive, but it definitely is. And so I'm just trying to be very mindful with things. So if you guys have any tips, if you have, then please obviously let me know. But the goal is to bring you along and have you go through this experience with me. It is a new experience, but I do have a personal channel, which I think I'm going to start sharing maybe more of this stuff, like a lot of the house renovation, just things that I do outside of cooking. And if you're interested, then you can follow that channel, which I will leave that linked in the description below. But I do a lot of just travel. I do so much outside of cooking and outside of like weight loss. And so if that's something that you're interested in, then of course follow my other channel, and you can kind of get a glimpse into that side of my life. So this is pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of share with you why I was doing the renovations and like what the actual goal is. So ultimately, again, the goal is just to make the house functional for the next couple of years. And then when that comes, OMG, the project is gonna be insane. I'm talking about like, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to live here when that happens. So of course I will bring you along in that journey and see where I end up. I don't even know where I'm gonna be living, but I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be totally worth it. And those renovations usually take a lot longer. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'm able to kind of get everything figured out during that time, because I have my mom and I have my daughter, and then of course myself and my little Leo boy. So we're gonna be kind of like moving around and left in limbo while that whole huge project happens. But Anyway, when that comes, I will stress about it then. Right now, I'm like, okay, let's just focus on today. Let's just focus on what we can do, get our butts into the house, and just make it home for now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of this, then subscribe to my personal channel. I'll leave that linked in the description below. But yeah, I will see you on my next video. Mwah.